First of all, obviously, great start to the season by the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's been good. I think we've kind of put last season to bed a little bit, and we've come out had a pretty decent run in first 3 games. There's obviously things to improve on from all of them, but I think we're sort of chipping away at that slowly but surely.
Do you feel last season needed putting to bed as such?
Yeah, I think so. I think with in any team you're going to be successful, there can't be any hangover from what's been happening. So like when we were successful at the end 2 seasons ago, we couldn't have gone into this because the slate's wiped clean, isn't it really? So you've got to just realise that it's a fresh start, and you always have things to work on. It's about sort of taking care of them and just reinforcing your strengths as well.
I think you played Newcastle 4 times one way or another, and it'll be another tough test up there this weekend.
Yeah, I think so. I think we probably didn't need, it's quite an easy one to motivate yourself for this game. I didn't play in this game last year, but we didn't play particularly well when we went up there, and obviously that's not to discredit Newcastle. They had a decent game plan, and they sort of pushed the sword a little bit. So I think we just need to get up there and start fast and just go up there and execute, to be honest with you.
Because you have started the season fast, and obviously now the important thing is just to keep that going, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just taking every game as it comes, and every game on its own merit. And we know the threats that Newcastle pose, and how we can hopefully eliminate them and best put our game out on the field.
And yourself, Harry, how happy are you with your form at the moment?
I think I'm going all right. I suffered a bit of a rolled ankle in the Munster game, which sort of took me off a bit early, but I think I've been going okay. Not unbelievably happy, but also not unbelievably sad either. I think I'm happy in the fact that I've managed to string the most games that I have been able to together minutes-wise for months, which is a good thing. But I still feel there's a lot of areas that I can improve on and hopefully get back in the groove. Sharpish really.
And obviously you're an England international, as so many of the boys are these days. How difficult is it to balance all that? Because mentally and physically it can be quite easy to get tired if you're not careful.
No, I don't actually think it's hard to balance, to be honest. It's a full-time job, isn't it? So while every time you're not at the club you can relax with that. I don't really find that thing particularly too hard, mate. I think it's just I think it's down to the individual really. Some fellas find it more difficult than others. I go alright for us. It's not really such a stressor for me.
What are the ambitions for you personally this season, Harry?
To play well in every game.
Good man. Thank you.
Harry,
Cheers, mate, thank
Harry,
you.
in terms of it, Rob's just talked about it there, that you've picked up 15 from 15 points so far, but as a squad you're being very self-critical and still finding areas that you want to improve with. Is that how you're seeing it as players as well?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think at the minute I think we're striking quite a decent balance. We're not getting too carried away because there's still so much left to play for, and every competition's basically still up for grabs. So, but I think we obviously take the results. We're happy with the results. You have to really, but there are process goals and sort of areas we can work on for definite.
And obviously Newcastle last season we saw almost like a surprise package, but the threats they have. They've got guys that have been in and around England squads a bit like you. They are dangerous.
Yeah, they're definitely dangerous, especially at home. And I think we have got a point to prove in this game. There's no real 2 ways about that. We went up there and underperformed last year, and they beat us. So we want to go up there and right those wrongs, to be honest with you. And I think that's just natural, really. I think it's it's a competitive sport, isn't it? You want to go up there and do as well as you can. And last year we didn't. So now we have the opportunity to in 3 days.
Reflect a bit on the game so far this season as well. You've dug deep, haven't you, at times? Last Saturday was a prime example of that. Sale threw a lot at you, but yet you coped with it, and then you were able to exert yourself like you did in the 2 previous weeks in that final quarter.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I think our early work against Sale could have been better. It wasn't as good as it was for the first 2 games. I felt that probably the most well-rounded performance we put out so far this season would be the Leicester game. The first 40 minutes we were really, really good at just executing how we wanted to play in real decent tempo, decent physicality. Wasps, there were a few, we let in a few too many points really, if we were being honest. And this week I'd say that we just didn't start as fast as we could. We started a little bit lethargically, and we kind of we didn't break them down probably as well as we would have liked to early in the game.
And Rob's talking about the strength in depth in the front row. You seem to be driving each other on and raising standards game by game.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's always going to happen. If there's a lot of competition for places, you're gonna, performance is going to improve, and I I think hopefully that's going to continue on as the season goes on.